You know, we go live on social media, right? Okay. Sometimes we forget to tell people, and somebody's gonna get mad or upset one of these days. I hope not.
Join in the conversation by calling 205-723-0731. Again, to join the show, call 205-723.
I can't do a selfie right here with them in the background.
Or you can us on the Catfish Tuscaloosa app. Now, live, Lisa Jones and Johnnie Aycock.
Headed on the highway. Good afternoon and welcome to the Noon Show with Lisa and Johnnie. We are coming to you live and streaming everywhere. The Noon Show airs Monday through Friday from noon until 1 o'clock Central Time. Each day, we bring you engaging conversations, fresh perspectives, and stories that connect us all. Johnnie and I would like to invite you along with today's show guests. We have LaDerrick Smith, the Executive Director of Caring Days, as well as Tracy Hall, the Activity Leader. So, for today's conversation, pull up a chair, sit back, and relax. And now, without further ado, here's Johnnie.
And a big welcome to everyone. Hey, Sunshine.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. You're looking great today.
Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate that.
You're welcome. Well, it's a beautiful day in T-Town. And thank you for joining us, everyone, whether you're in Tuscaloosa, West Alabama, on the Gulf Coast, across the nation, across the world. We love you all. And thank you for being part of our fun radio audience. And we've kind of tagged ourselves as the front porch of the community. And we're having such a good time. And Sunshine, there's so much going on in T-Town these days.
I know. Y'all, I need a nap.
Anybody thinks just because the university's out, and there's still a bunch of kids here, but there's something going on every single week in T-Town. And something for everybody. And we're here to kind of go tell you about a little bit of it because you want to be involved in your community. And there's so many great things to do. You want to go see a movie?
Yeah, let's do that.
Let's go to the Bama Theater.
Yeah, we can go to the Bama Theater. So we could go tonight to see Jumanji at the Bama Theater. That is going to be on at 7 p.m.
That's right. That's at Robin Williams' Crazy Jumanji. It's a funny movie.
I'm trying to think if I've ever even seen that one. I know that's a classic one.
It's kind of out there. Yeah, it's kind of cool.
Did you know that for $70 you could buy, it's like for the whole summer?
Yes.
And I think that includes unlimited popcorn.
I think you can add that
no, that's an additional $15.
You add $15, and you can go any night at 7:30, I think, or 7, maybe 7, and then you got Friday Marvel nights, and then you've got that morning 10 o'clock movie that's part of the package.
I mean, the kids are out of school,
and you can go get you some popcorn, sit in that beautiful, beautiful classic theater. And just have a good time.
Yes, if you're interested, just get your tickets at theatertusk.org, and that's THEATRE.org.
That's right. And you know, if you're a student out there and you're looking, and parents, you may be looking for something for them to do. You know, Theater Tuscaloosa's got that cool summer camp down at Shelton State called Project Broadway.
Oh, yeah.
And it's for teenagers, and it's at Bean Brown Theater. It's going on right now, I believe.
Wait a minute. I think that's next week, June 8th through the 12th.
That's going on right now, isn't it? Or has it already been held?
No, that's next week, Johnny Racket.
That's next week. Boy, it's. I'm already getting us into June too quick, but it's 1 o'clock to 5 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah, I was having to look at the date as I was talking about the last event.
Glad you did.
It's crazy. I mean, the time is how it just slips by, isn't it?
It is, but this is such a cool idea. It's called Scene Stealers. And teenagers get training in being part of theater. And the camp offers a whole week of training, and you can get a lot of experience doing this. It's June 8th through the 12th, 1 to 5 daily. And if you'd like to register, simply go to www.theatertusk, that's THEATRE Tusk.com, theatertusk.com, or just call them, because someone always answers the phone at 205-391-2277 and get yourself lined up. Cool.
That looks like a lot of
It
fun.
does sound like fun. I wish I'd had that growing up.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, it'd been fun.
You don't think I could sneak in there, right? And just
I don't know. You get away looking like a teenager.
probably not. I don't know about that, Johnny. That'd be a little bit of a
Well,
stretch.
maybe an older age.
Yeah.
Oh, can I tell everybody something we heard this morning? Our
Yeah.
friends over the Tuscaloosa City Schools emailed me this morning. And
Really?
they've got a job fair coming up on June the 8th from 9 to 1 out at the Tuscaloosa City Schools Transportation Department, which is right around here on James Harrison Parkway.
Who's a job fair for?
Well, listen to this. If you're interested in being a school bus driver, they're signing you up right now. And you know what? They're paying almost $25 an hour.
And you know what?
And you get a $2,000 signing bonus.
And you know what else, Johnny Rocket?
You get to play with kids.
And you know what else, Johnny Rocket?
What?
Yeah. So you get started driving the school bus and
Uh-huh.
you stick with them a certain amount of time. Say after 10 years, you're vested and you're a certain age. You get this lovely thing called
retired.
Teacher's State Retirement.
Oh my goodness.
Hashtag loving my pension after 27 years at the university. Or, depending on your age, of course, you'd be a tier 2 employee. And I know
Yeah.
this is TMI, but anyway, keep going. You get 25 years of service.
That's right. Well,
Mhm.
the other thing I was thinking about, imagine if you're already retired and you're looking for something to do, that would be really quite interesting and fun with working with kids.
Exactly. That was kind of what I was going for because I think
Yeah.
it from that position,
Yeah.
but the benefits are great.
Well, what folks need, if you're interested, really, if you want to be involved in the transportation system at the city schools, they do. They're paying almost $25 an hour, and there are incentives for new hires. I mean, up to $2,000 signing.
Look, and
bonus.
you have your time in the middle of the day available. So,
Yeah.
you got to, say, especially if you're an
Mhm.
early riser, it's perfect for you.
That's right.
Get your route finished. You have time in the middle of the day, do other things. Maybe you got doctor's
Then go back
appointments,
and
blah,
pick
blah,
up
blah.
the kids.
Then go pick them up and you're finished
And
for the day.
Bus drivers
Weekends off.
influence these kids too. They get to know them.
Weekends
and
off.
Very positive influence. So if you're interested, also they're hiring teachers right now. They're short on teachers. So if you're interested in that, go to this. Just simply go to TuscaloosaCitySchools.com and you can find the information on their website. So when I saw that, I said, what if I could learn to drive a school bus?
Well,
Cool.
you probably wouldn't want me doing it. I advocate for it because I don't know if people think about the excellent benefits.
Yeah.
But I do know about it from the benefit side. It's a beautiful
I'm
thing.
wondering with my driving record if I could get hired. Probably not.
Johnny Rocket. Okay, let's talk about something else. I think what we're going to do tomorrow.
Oh, yes.
We're going to all go out to the sanctuary
Mhm.
because guess who's performing?
Our good friend.
Matt Jones.
That's right.
Yeah, he starts at 6 o'clock, goes all the way until 9 o'clock out at the sanctuary.
People might ask, we don't push every single performing artist in town when they're playing. We try to keep everybody informed and push live music. But Matt Jones is special to the Noon Show.
He's very special to the Noon Show.
He's done some work with Lisa and I, helping us with an original song for another project, and just a super, super community talent. And we love that.
Just in case you don't know where the sanctuary is, it's at 1710 25th Avenue. That's in Tuscaloosa, of course.
Yeah, and of course, Matt's part of the Mercedes-Benz amphitheater, so we try to really keep close to him. Matt is a fantastic singer-songwriter. You'll really enjoy him. So, Matt, if you're listening, and I think you try to, shout out to you.
Yeah, shout
He's
out.
our friend, and
He
we
is
love
our
him to
friend.
death. So, but you know what else is coming up?
Father's Day.
Well, it's in the this I think it's during probably that, but Tuscaloosa Restaurant Week's coming up. The
When?
annual Tuscaloosa Restaurant Week, and Chelsea Barton says they've expanded it to 10 days, June 18th through the 27th.
18th through the 27th. That's after Father's Day.
I think it might be.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I love Restaurants Week. Can you tell me more about that?
Yes. They have doubled the size of the number of restaurants.
My gosh.
They have become so big, they've expanded it to 10 days. There will be special menus, special music, special events,
is the-
special.
But is the information out on visittuscaloosa.com already?
It went out today.
Okay, because I've got to start making a strategy
Went out
to
today.
how to hit all of them.
And do you know, and I didn't know this, and I don't have my notes in front of me, but Tuscaloosa last year after Restaurant Week, we were named the top restaurant city in the South.
Really?
And this has become so important and so big. It really influences our hospitality industry. It grows our tourism dollars. And you know, folks, we're now you ready for this? That's a B,
Ooh.
$1 billion tourism city.
Yeah, Chelsea announced that the last time she was here.
Yeah, and Restaurant Week has had a major, major influence on growing our hospitality industry, our restaurant business, and it's really becoming huge.
It is, but
So y'all check that out.
there's something coming up actually before that I wanted to talk about. Two things. On June the 6th, this is National Male Radio Show Co-Host Day. That always falls on the Sunday before Father's Day.
Did we make this one up?
Probably. And I may have said it incorrectly. It's your favorite male national radio show co-host day. I'm looking at it right here on my calendar, Johnny. Why would you question that? It's always the Sunday before Father's Day.
Well, I remember last year when y'all dropped the bomb on me about
We didn't even
co-host female.
Somehow that
day.
went by and was not observed.
It was observed too. You got a gift.
Oh wait, I did, didn't I?
And then I think because there was no such thing.
Let me go home and get my brain, y'all.
At that time, there was no such thing, one for us guys.
Oh,
And
well.
I think you and one
it's
of
on
your
the calendar.
cohorts
I'm looking at it right
dreamed it up for us.
here. But guess what? 1 week later is Father's Day, and Tuscaloosa's one place has a celebration
Great
called
event.
Fathers in the
This-
Park.
Great event.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, talk about that.
Yeah.
That's just a really good event.
Yeah, so it's Fathers in the Park, and it's presented by, let me make sure. Yeah, it's actually on Father's Day.
It is.
Yeah, I want to make sure because I thought, that's really cool. So it's Fathers in the Park, presented by Tuscaloosa's One Place, and it's a completely free community event to celebrate the power of fatherhood. They've got food, they've got refreshments, music, games, bounce houses, and all kinds of activities and resources. Again, it's free, and it's from 9 to 1 on Saturday, June the 13th.
Yeah. Dropped in last year. It's really,
a lot of
really
fun.
a cool event.
Yeah, Dre was DJing.
He was, and it's just a really, really.
And I
good
might have
event.
danced a little bit.
A lot of dads and their kids out there having a good time. So y'all check that out. Tuscaloosa One Place, always doing good stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And gosh, there's so much going on.
There is so much going on. But you know what, Johnny? There are some shows that people watch, and then there are shows people carry with them. The Andy Griffith Show, it gave America a place called Mayberry.
That's right.
Where neighbors mattered, kindness was normal, and a front porch could actually feel like home.
That's right. And that's exactly the feeling coming to Scottsburg, Indiana, our friends up there, on June the 12th through the 14th. And you can go. This is a 3-day festival that brings fans together for music. There'll be tribute artists, celebrity meet and greets, food, vendors, parade, car show, and a whole weekend built around the spirit of Mayberry.
Yes, and the noon show will be there broadcasting live, and Weaver's Department Store is helping to make all of it possible. It's the official online home for Mayberry gifts, shirts, books, collectibles, and keepsakes.
That's right. And so make plans to go with us in the noon show, June 12th through the 14th. Mayberry comes to Scottsburg. Come remember what simple life felt like.
Isn't that wonderful?
It is. We're looking forward to that.
And we have a public service announcement from the Bearfield College of Arts and Sciences.
Oh, we love those guys.
We do. Okay, so here's the thing. As we get older, one of the biggest questions in life that we face is this: how can we continue living independently, safely, and confidently for as long as possible?
That's something many Alabama families probably are thinking about right now for themselves, their parents, or their loved ones.
Yeah, no doubt. And that's why we are so proud to tell you about a valuable community service, and it's being offered right now through the Bearfield College of Arts and Sciences at the University of Alabama. Through the UA Capacity Clinic, Alabama residents can receive a free capacity assessment through the end of June.
That's right. And capacity refers to a person's ability to make informed decisions, manage everyday responsibilities, understand important information, and continue living independently as they age.
These no-cost assessments can help older adults and their families better understand challenges related to finances, medications, healthcare decisions, and even making their home safer and more age-friendly.
That's right. And the clinic is operated by some very well-trained graduate students at the
Yes.
University of Alabama's clinical psychology program and provides a supportive professional environment for these important evaluations.
Okay, so if you're going to want to learn more or schedule a free assessment before the end of June, visit psychologyclinic.ua.edu.
Take advantage of this. That's psychologyclinic.ua.edu.
Again, this has been a message from the Bearfield College of Arts and Sciences at the University of Alabama. And as always, roll Tide and roll research.
You know, that's a perfect announcement for our guest today.
It is, and we're going to find out more about why that's such a perfect announcement when we come back from this break. You've been listening to The Noon Show on FM 100.1. Don't go away. We will be here right back.
And welcome back to the Noon Show right here on FM 100.1, streaming everywhere, literally across the world.
Yeah.
Going to thenoonshow.com and hitting that cute little old listen now button. Carry it with you and tell a friend to tune in because we have fun radio right here.
We do.
Miss Sunshine, it's another good day in Tuscaloosa.
It sure is, and it's made even better for us here in the Noon Show studio because we're joined by LaDerrick Smith, the Executive Director, and Tracy Hall, the Activity Leader of Caring Days. LaDerrick and Tracy, welcome to the Noon Show studio.
Hey, thanks for having us.
Well, Derek, always good to see you, my friend.
It's good. It's
Yeah,
good.
because y'all are doing such good work.
Well, thank you.
Well,
Thank you. We
for
try.
our listeners who may not know about Caring Days, can you bring us all up to speed on what Caring Days is and what you do?
Well, Caring Days is an adult daycare center for individuals with memory disorders. So we were talking about, anything that's under the umbrella of dementia, such as frontal lobe, cognitive impairment. And also, we also take clients with traumatic brain injuries, Parkinson's, also Huntington's disease. So pretty much anything neurological, stroke related.
Mhm.
So our job is to provide an environment where that we can, say for instance, keep them stimulated through motor skills, cognitive activities, sensory activities, or just party party.
And I like the way you said party. That's very important, because another word for that is socialization.
That's right.
How important is, Laderick, the socialization and staying mentally and physically active for people who may have some, is impairment the right word? Like some mental cognitive impairment of some kind? Is
Correct.
that the correct way to say it? How important are those things? The socialization
That's right.
and mental and physical activity.
Yeah, so with that, just like you said, socialization, that was a good interpretation of my party. But
I speak that kind of language.
I got you. It's so important for individuals to, just like me and you, or anybody, to get out and socialize. It's pretty healthy for your mind, spirit. And also, of course, people with memory disorders, they tend to be recluse, like that, because sometimes, depending on the stage or where they're at in their actual disease process, they know that something might be not right. So they kind of, drift away from people, socialization, just to avoid contact. So, and it's so good at what we do at Caring Days that when people come there and start doing their we call it therapy, that we kind of open that door of socialization, and the caregivers see it. So when they're picking them up, or say for instance on the days that they do not attend or over the weekend, the caregivers, their neighbors, or the people at church is like, oh my goodness, what happened with your loved one? They are more talkative, or they are, they just, I guess what you can say, that
come out of their shell.
They come out of their shell. That's a good example. Yeah. So so it's good to see that to be resurrected back.
Yeah, well, Derek, we all know Caring Days has got a tremendous reputation in this community. I mean, it's served, I don't know how many people it's served. How long has Caring Days been in place? And kind of give us a little background, because sometimes the audience may not know exactly where you started and how you got to where you are.
Actually, this year is our 29th year.
Almost 30 years.
30 years.
Wow.
Yeah, it is. But so actually, we were founded by First Presbyterian Church. And the idea came because, let's see here, I forgot his name. Charlie Durham. Yeah,
sure.
Yeah, Charlie
Durham.
That's right.
Yes.
So he came from North Carolina, South Carolina, one of them. Don't hold me to it. But he came, and he noticed that there was an aging population in his congregation, and he was like, being so resourceful, and that's what ministers are. They they pretty much like social workers. So he was like, hey, what about adult daycare center around here? And everybody was looking around like, what are you talking about? We have child daycare, but none for adults. So he was like, well, where I'm from, we have adult daycare centers. So that's where the idea actually came into play.
Okay, so here's a question: how do they actually get to Caring Days, these adults?
Yeah, so of course it's we do not provide transportation. So the caregivers or whoever that they have for transportation actually bring them to the city.
Okay, gotcha.
And that, and Lisa's asking a really good question. How do folks, and I would think it's the caregiver that really has the responsibility to find that support system. How do they link up and connect to you guys at Caring Days?
Well,
what's the best way to do that?
Well, of course, a lot of physicians here in town.
Okay.
We do get a lot of doctor referrals, church referrals, and then of course existing caregivers that have used our services in the past.
Okay. And so it's open to anyone?
So of course you have to have that diagnosis of that of some type of memory disorder. So we get several calls per day, get a lot of faxes in, and also over the internet.
Yeah. Is there a cost?
So the cost is $45 per day. And typically we have seen where since post-COVID that our caregivers are, I think it was like 70% of our caregivers are actually still working. Prior to COVID, it wasn't that great, maybe 30%, because a lot of caregivers was retired. So now we having caregivers that are actually still working, and also so people use our services from 7:30 to 4:30. So basically, they're actually paying us $5 an hour.
Wow.
Yeah, and that covers, say for instance, typically, we take people from beginning stage to end stage. So we assist with their feeding, ADL such as toileting, and also we provide the food, 2 snacks, all that for pretty much $5 an hour.
Sounds like a pretty good deal to me.
So how is Caring Days funded other than people paying for it? Because that sounds like that'd be kind of expensive.
Well, of course, we are a non-for-profit, so we have to do a lot of fundraising. Matter of fact, we just got through wrapping up our 7th annual motorcycle ride this past Saturday. So vroom vroom.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had a good turnout, like that, and and then of course our traditional Walk to Remember, which is coming up in August.
Okay.
Matter of fact, I think that's be August the 22nd.
Okay, so that's not far away.
Not far away.
I assume you do a lot of grant development. And
Grant writing, and also we are a United Way agency.
Okay,
like
that helps.
And it helps out a lot.
Yeah, they're tremendous, aren't they?
Oh man, they're so good. Emily Bryan, Jackie Wakuska,
they're all
resources.
top notch. And
So yeah, Laderick, I want to know more about why it's such a big deal to be part of United Way and the Walk to Remember. But right before we go to break, I wanted to ask you something, Johnnie. People ask you for recommendations all the time, like restaurants, contractors, local businesses. So let me ask you this. What's one recommendation you've been making for more than 20 years?
That's easy. Bryant Bank.
Oh, that was quick.
Of course. Well, I don't have to think about it. I've trusted them for more than 20 years, just like all their customers have. And since they opened their door, that's what you do. You trust them.
Oh, well, what earned that trust for you?
Well, they're very consistent. They're friendly people. They're professionals. They always give you helpful answers. And whenever I need something, I know I'm talking to someone who genuinely cares about me, the customer.
That's becoming harder to find.
Well, exactly is. And great service, though, never goes out of style.
You can visit Bryant Bank in North River, Northport, or beautiful downtown T-Town, or online at bryantbank.com.
And remember, they're also an equal housing lender
and a member of FDIC.
Yeah, go see our friends at Bryant Bank today. You won't be disappointed.
Okay, guys, more with Laderick and Tracy from Caring Days when we come back from this break. You've been listening to The Noon Show on FM 100.1. Don't go away. We will be here right back.
And welcome back to the front porch. Fun radio right here on FM 100.1. This is the Noon Show with Lisa and Johnnie, and we are grateful that you have joined us once again today. And having a good time. We got a great program today. Everybody hopefully knows about Caring Days. If not, you're going to know about it before we end the show today.
Yeah, no doubt. So before we went to break, we were talking to Laderick about the connection to United Way. Why is that so important?
Well, United Way is pretty much, I always call them, since we're not-for-profit, they're like my corporate office, like that, full of resources. They also actually help with our executive board member training and all. And also, we apply for their yearly grant as well to help out with the cost of operation, because our rates are so low, which we want them to be there. Because we feel that the program, it is actually good for the actual client that participate, but it's also for the caregivers. And of course, the late Vicky Kerr.
Oh, yeah.
One thing that she always instilled in me is that we will never raise the rates. And then, of course, she's like, when I'm gone, LaDerrick, do not raise the rates.
She will come back and haunt you,
Oh,
Derek.
and she will.
You cannot think of Carrying Days without thinking about Miss Vicky. She was the iconic front of Carrying Days. Actually, the only director that ever had, I guess, right?
Oh yeah, correct. Going back to the beginning days of Carrying Days. Matter of fact, after the thought came up, actually, her name came in the pot or the hat for us, being a director. And when she was approached about this position, she was like, "Oh no, I can't do this. I'm an educator. The only thing I know is children. I don't know anything about adults. So but of course she was getting ready to retire. So she's very competitive too. So
Yes, she was.
So she kind of thought about it for a couple of days, and she called him back and said, "You know what? Give me a couple of days." So she did some homework and found a adult daycare center in Birmingham.
Okay.
So she went and volunteered 3 days, and she came back and she said, "I would love to do it."
That's great.
Oh, I love that. I love knowing the background of that story.
Yeah. What an influence she was.
Yeah,
on
that's
so many.
that's amazing. But Tracy, we want to know more about the Walk to Remember coming up. When is it, and all the details? Yeah.
The Walk to Remember is August the 22nd, and it will be held at the University Mall. And we ask everyone to come out and support us.
And the air conditioning this year, Tracy?
Yes.
Ooh.
You can't complain about the heat.
Thank you.
So how do folks get involved? The different ways, how can they sign up? I bet they could just write a check and not even have to walk, probably.
Oh yeah. We do welcome that. Now, of course, we've been operating for 29 years, but we very, very old fashioned. So we actually need to develop something. Maybe we can get your intern Flossie to develop some type of online registration for
I
us.
would imagine she would be able to.
Yeah,
She can
yeah.
help you with that.
Yeah.
She loves Caring Days.
Oh yeah. So I think right there, the Thursday before the walk, we do a pre-registration at Caring Days at the center. And that way we can, because there's some perks to it. You get double door prize tickets when you pre-register, and all that good stuff.
I like door prizes, LaDerrick.
Oh yes,
And
we have a lot of them.
And I just want to push back a little bit on something that Johnny Rocket said. Well, you don't have to walk; you can just donate.
Well,
Okay, what I would rather say, because I want people to do the walking if they're here, but if you're out of town or something like that, I would say that Johnny
Well,
Rocket.
I knew I was she's exactly right.
Supposed to get good exercise.
Walking
It's good.
is good exercise,
Yeah.
so we do want people to walk.
And socialization,
Just
Mr.
in
Party
case-
Party.
Just in case
Right.
you couldn't be there.
Socialize with your
Right.
friends, yeah.
Right. And you know what? Every year it's almost like a family reunion.
Yeah.
Because we see past
Okay. Yep.
caregivers that have lost their loved ones
I
that,
could see
that
that.
still come out and support, and they walk in honor or in memory of
Yes.
their loved one. So yeah, it's always a good family reunion.
Can you go online right now and register?
No, we still
Too early?
old fashioned.
Too early?
They've got to
Yeah.
get Floss the
Yeah.
boss in
Yeah.
there to
Yeah.
help them with
Still a little
registration.
early.
Yeah.
She's going to help them set that up, I think.
But you'll be able to do that.
Oh yes.
In a timely
You
fashion.
know what?
Let's put it that
Yeah,
way.
oh yeah. And if somebody call right now and said that we can actually get all the documentation and get them registered
Okay.
or pre-registered.
Especially had a big check to give you.
That's right. We'll
Hey,
we'll
well,
take
there-
time out for that.
There's nothing wrong with a phone call.
That's
Judge's
right.
ruling.
That's right.
Yes,
That's right.
nothing wrong with a phone call.
Tracy, are there other activities that our audience might be interested in? Especially, maybe they're out, we were talking about the service at the university that they're doing out at the Bearfield College of Arts and Sciences. There's going to be some caregivers probably wanting to know more about, okay, how do I get my loved one, my family member involved? And what are the activities that they can expect to be involved with?
Well, we do have like volunteer services where people can come out and volunteer and help out with us and stuff like that. So what I do is I set like different things together and keep them motivated and stuff. Like we had down Denim and Pearls the other
Mhm.
day, and this Friday we're gonna have Crazy Sock Day. So we do a lot of different things over there to keep it motivated and going and stuff like that.
Johnny would like Crazy Sock
Yeah,
Day,
I like
Tracy.
Crazy
Come
Sock
on
Day.
over.
He would love Crazy Sock Day.
I got on some conservative ones
Look at-
today. They're
Oh,
not
okay.
really.
Oh my gosh, that even blends with your outfit. That's
Yeah,
almost
they're-
disappointing,
But
Johnny.
I've got
right
some
there.
wild ones, so maybe I need to do that.
Well,
Come on over.
And actually, you know, what last week was the sock hop.
Yeah, we had a sock
it
hop
had the
last
sock hop,
week.
yeah.
Yes.
You
a lot of socks to kind of factor into your activities, don't they?
Yeah, a lot of socks. Yeah.
You know, and Derek or Tracy, y'all could answer this. We love to bring folks on that have any relationship to service and support systems for the dementia community.
Mhm.
One of the things that Lisa and I have learned is that music
Mhm.
really is a wonderful therapy
Mhm.
for anyone going through this process of dementia and all related diseases.
Mhm.
So I assume you do a lot of that, I suspect.
We
And
do.
you said you had a sock hop?
Yes, sir.
Were the clients dancing?
Yes.
Oh
yes.
my goodness.
Yes.
That had to be fun. But we've seen that as a really important tool that y'all use.
Mhm.
Yeah, and I really like how you brought that, because it's music actually is a real good trigger, you know, like that for thoughts, past events and stuff like that. And then also it turns on a switch, which causes them to, you know, want to dance and all. So yeah, music is a beautiful art form that actually open doors and in these pockets to the brain
Yeah.
to get them engaged and to interact or to dance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So that all that is scientifically proven. You know,
Mhm.
music and dancing, and you know the building of the neural pathways, as I like to talk about.
Yeah.
But I wanted to know. So from either one of you, LaDerek or Tracy. So you mentioned volunteers. So I have a couple of questions about volunteers. I believe the sororities volunteer with you pretty heavily, right? Is that correct?
Yes. We actually we have a great partnership with the University of Alabama.
That's was another thing I was going to ask you about the
Yeah.
partnership. Is there a partnership there?
Oh yes, especially with the School of Nursing, doing the fall and spring
That's interesting.
semesters. Music therapy as well. They come out every Friday and participate with our clients, and also speech therapy. We get speech therapy every Monday during the fall and spring semester.
It's like an embarrassment of riches, the resources through the University of Alabama, wouldn't you say?
Oh yes, it's
Isn't it
definitely
incredible?
an abundance.
It is. And so let me ask you this. Volunteers.
Mm.
Do you all kind of hurt for volunteers at all in the summertime?
You know what, Tracy? I think so. You know, we do see a drop off, just like you were saying earlier. You know, the Tuscaloosa get a little bit more where you can get from A to B and all that. So yeah, you know, so we strongly encourage volunteers. Matter of fact, we have maybe a couple students right now that is volunteering this summer.
Okay.
And also we have a summer employee that just graduated from County High, very musical, talented, can sing, can play the guitar, and what else?
Okay.
Just
Everything.
everything.
Just do it all.
Well, Derek,
So-
what's the process?
That's what I was going to ask. Yeah.
volunteer.
Okay. So
Great question.
volunteers, you know, you can come by, fill out a volunteer application. You know, like that, we do a background check, John.
Sure.
Okay.
Thank you. That was going to be one of my questions. You
That's-
already
I
answered
won't
it.
qualify to
Yeah.
drive a
Because
car.
I
That's-
want somebody to be vetted if they're going to
That's
take care
right.
of one of my family members,
There
right?
you go.
Yes.
There you go. So, and then after that, we do a orientation and all. So yeah.
Okay, so and can you do that online, or you have to physically show up?
Yeah, we want to
You wanna
physically
see it
lay out.
first.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
right. That's right.
Tell everybody, we haven't told everybody, where's Carrying Days, the facility located? I think
Okay.
most folks know, but let's remind them.
Yeah, so we're right off of McFarland Boulevard. I always give the landmark about Haverty's Furniture Store. And I think that's right there on 31st Street. And what's that, Ridgecrest Baptist Church?
Yes, it
Which is one of the supporting congregations of our program, because that one church, which was First Prayers, now we have 20 churches that actually support our program too.
terrific.
So, you know, that's, you know, through volunteers. So we do get a lot of volunteers through the churches. And
Oh.
yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
How,
That's
and
great.
That brings up a great great opportunity for our church. How can other churches get involved? What do they need to do?
Great point.
Oh man, that's the we're always asking for churches to be a part of that support group for us. So yes, I can come by, or trust me, we send out flyers, and or just by word of mouth talking to people and or members of churches. And sure enough, they always say, well, how can we get involved? So
Yeah.
I make that connection, and then reach out to their ministry department.
We have such a great faith-based community.
Amen.
And I know 20 churches, that's a tremendous base to work from, but there's 300 other churches that
I
probably
got
could
you.
get involved and
Amen.
would
Sure.
really benefit your efforts, and especially those family members and those clients.
Amen.
Yeah.
Amen. Amen.
Yeah. So I was wanting to know, Johnny, kind of in other news, what's the fastest way to get out of the doghouse?
It's funny she's asking me because I stay in
That's
the
it.
doghouse.
That may sound like a
But
random
there's
question
an-
after we were just talking about, but anyway.
There's actually an easy answer to that, and that's our good friends at Hudson Pool Fine Jewelers.
Somehow I knew you were going to say that.
Well, because it works. It's just that simple. A beautiful piece of jewelry says, "I'm sorry," or "You're amazing." And, it works.
Yeah, 2 messages, 1 stop.
That's exactly right. And their team will help you pick out the perfect gift every time. No guesswork.
Or even design something custom, right?
Yeah, they will. And that's where they really shine, actually.
So whether you're celebrating or recovering,
Hudson Pool has you covered.
you can visit them at 1111 Greensboro Avenue or HudsonPool.com for the same great service.
Trust me, folks, you're going to thank us later.
Okay, guys, we got to go for break and pay some bills and get over our giggle fit. We'll have more with Laderick and Tracy when we come back from the break. You've been listening to The Noon Show on FM 100.1. Don't go away. We will be right back.
And welcome back to right here on The Noon Show, FM 100.1, your friendly fun station.
Yeah, and home of the giggle fits.
It's full of giggle fits.
Yeah.
We have such a good time, folks. Hope you have a good time with us. And as we say, this is live radio. It is what it is, and you get exactly what we're doing. I mean, we don't make anything up. We just fly by the seat of our pants, and we have a good time doing it.
That's right. That's right. So
Great show today.
yeah. Well, if I wanted to donate to the Alzheimer's Association, and I'm out of town or whatever, or don't want to wait to any of the events, how would I make a donation?
Well, with the Alzheimer's Association, I think that, if I'm not mistaken, they're out of Birmingham.
Okay.
So you have to go to their website, and
Do
that
they
way.
fund y'all?
No, sir.
Oh, okay. Okay. So there's not. I mean, you're connected in terms of what you
And what we
serve,
do.
who you
That's
serve.
right. That's right.
No.
Okay.
How would
Okay.
alternatively, how would I donate to Caring Days?
Well, of course, through our website, or just like you said, we welcome checks, like that. But also through the United Way, that's that way you can reach out to the United Way. That way you can have it allocated
It's kind of like a
toward.
one-stop shop.
That's
isn't it?
right, one-stop shop.
And that's really what United Way is, because they have a huge campaign every fall,
That's right.
and then they fund 30 different agencies.
There you go.
And so actually it's a benefit because y'all get funding through that, but
That's
you don't
right.
have to hold a big campaign like they do.
That's right. That's
So
right.
it works for everybody.
Works for everyone.
Okay.
Yeah, I love that.
That's
What's kind of
that's
interesting.
helpful.
This keeps popping into my head, but we went to to a couple of the talks at, speaking of the University of Alabama and their resources through the Allele series. And Tracy and Laderick, the title of this particular talk that I'm thinking of is called Survival of the Friendliest. And this was put on by the Anthropology Department of the University of Alabama. They had Dr. Brian Hare, Hare, come in from Duke University to deliver this talk. And he studied, well, on the picture to promote it, like it has a dog, who doesn't love dogs, and it kind of helps bring people in. So they were talking about dogs and survival of the friendliest and all the things, and they studied other species of animals, including bonobos and et cetera, et cetera. So at the end of the talk, they opened it up for Q&A, and I said, okay, I've got a comment and then a question about, your content. And so I kind of went there. So my mother lives a couple hours away from me, and she has this large friend group. And I know I just could see it that day. It made such an impression on me. So I went to lunch with her and her friends.
Okay.
They go to lunch every Friday and every Sunday. And I just assumed it would be like 4 or 5 ladies. Y'all, there were 16 or 17 women at this table.
Wow.
And what really impressed me was, so we're all talking, and a lady sitting next to me says to the table, I've got to have surgery. They're mostly all widows, right? I've got to have surgery in a few weeks. I need a ride. And it hit me. So I report this to this researcher. I said, have you ever studied widow groups? Basically, talk about survival of the friendliest. So, it goes back to the socialization. Socialization is so important. It's not only important for it's really a mental health too, right? But which what you all provide, but it can actually help you to survive, because there are ladies in that group who can't drive anymore. And I happen to know who the queen bee is. Either she picks them up or she assigns people to pick them up. Isn't that incredible?
Wow, that is incredible.
Something to think. It's just something to think about. Food for thought from Lisa Jones.
Well, Lisa's actually making a good point, in the point that a lot of folks out there do not realize the support systems in place in Tuscaloosa. And they may not have a family group or a friends group, but we have resources like Caring Days.
Exactly.
That kind of fits
Precisely.
Replaces that.
Thank you for tying that together.
And one of the things Lisa and I learned early when we first started looking at how we, and I'm not going to go into a long detail, but I had a friend who lost his wife to Alzheimer's. And this was a very well educated, very successful couple, but they didn't really know how to handle it.
Gotcha.
And couldn't find the support system, even though it was there. So that's kind of how we got involved in trying to be an encourager right here on the show for what you guys do, Caring Days and all the other support systems. And it's leading to a little bit of a question, Laderick, in that Caring Days is kind of a centerpiece in our community for these kind of services. But y'all connect to so many other groups, and you help others, especially those care groups, they're caring family caregivers, with connecting to other resources, other services. I mean, while you're central to it and you have a major part in this, I've noticed y'all connect to other services too.
Yeah, it's definitely a family effort in our line of work or services that we provide. Matter of fact, like one of our supporting churches, Christ Episcopal, they have a adult day program as well.
Yes.
Oh.
And it's called Connect.
Connect.
And they have a great program. And sometimes, Caring Days, even though we might think that we're the ideal place, sometimes it's about timing with that particular individual. And sometimes we might be overly, stimulating, or them leaving their home to come to a building, even though our building is beautiful, but it might just be a little bit overwhelming to the actual client. So we make referrals to Connect because they are pulling up at a church instead of a building.
Right.
Oh, and that might feel more accessible to some individuals.
More comfortable.
Well,
more comfortable. That's
right. And one of the reasons I made those comments about the widow group, it made me sad. You mentioned earlier in the conversation, Laderick, about how oftentimes when during the onset of dementia, people kind of pull back.
Yes.
And that's kind of the opposite of what they need to do for their own good, wouldn't you say?
Oh yes. You know,
For many reasons.
for many reasons, and I can think of one reason. We sometimes come across clients that, especially at the begin stages, they just not. They know something is wrong, but they just can't, say articulate it or communicate it out. And so, you might get a lot of resistance from that individual with the memory disorder.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
right.
And you said something as you were talking about, y'all refer. Do you ever have I don't know how to ask this correctly. Do you ever get to a point that you need to expand your capacity in terms of your physical setting? I mean, do y'all run out of space?
Since before COVID, we average right at 43 per day. Right now, we are averaging 28 per day.
Oh, so it's
So,
growing.
Oh,
yeah.
that's kind of the opposite of what I thought
Yeah.
I would hear because of the aging of the American population overall. That's a very surprising
Yeah.
statistic there, Derek.
Mhm.
And COVID had that kind of an influence.
That's just the way after
Wow.
COVID when we reopened. Of course, we had to open at a slower rate
Sure.
because of I guess what you call it, how many people can be in a room. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, well, Derek, I wanted you to go more in depth about those university resources. You were saying this day we have speech therapy, this day music therapy. Talk a little bit more about that. Why, for example, speech therapy? I mean, seems kind of intuitive, but could you give us some more information on that?
Well, for us the cognitive engagement, cognitive activities that they present to our clients, and actually, now Tracy also, is our activity leader. So what she does there,
Like daily activities.
that's it. Yes.
We need to know more about that too.
Yeah. So she manage all that
Okay.
new employees that come in because we don't really do fly by the seat of activities. So we have them pre-planned out in a week in advance.
Of course.
Where she looks over that information to make sure that that information or that activity is going to be successful, engaging, and other little qualities or quirks that she look at, like that to that. And don't get me wrong, there's no right or wrong to what the actual client do because we don't want to concentrate on that. We just want to look at the volume,
Yeah.
like that. Are they engaged?
Right.
Like that. Are they participating?
Well, and you're going to have different levels of, there's some that who are going to be social, some who are not as social.
Correct.
And unfortunately, especially when dementia is onset, it takes that personality in other directions sometimes.
Correct.
Apart from who they normally were, when
That's
they were
right.
really them.
That's right. So with speech therapy, they come in with these cognitive activities such as templates, pictures of various things, the way they can trigger some type of conversation. Say
It's
for instance,
like exercise for the brain.
exercise for the brain. There you go.
There you go.
Yeah.
Work that muscle.
You should be my interpreter. Yeah.
She's good
You're
at it.
good.
Party.
One of the things, we're going to unfortunately run out of time in just a second, but I think I want to end our show today with going back to something you've mentioned several times, but to that caregiver out there. One of the things we've learned is in those early stages, the caregiver can get frustrated.
That's right.
The caregiver gets to a point they question, they don't really know what to do. Let's leave our audience with understanding the role of
Thank you for
caring
that.
days.
Great
in
question.
Encouraging those caregivers as they try to take care of that loved one. How does Caring Days support that, and why is Caring Days such a great resource for a caregiver?
Yeah, we want to bridge many gaps that is presented to us on the day of meeting the caregiver and the actual potential client, because we see, or of course I see, that there is a loss in that relationship that person can no longer do, or just lost. But what we want to do is, especially this, we always get caregivers and family members that will say stuff like, "Oh, I wish you would have known my mom or my dad before it is," like that. And we get that. And that used to tear me apart. And so I went to Vicky one day and I was like, "Vicky, I just don't know what to say," like that. And she said, "Well, here it is." She said, understand that yes, they are missing something, but we're not. we don't know anything about them. We just want to love them for who they are. And by us loving them, that right there is going to actually help the caregiver learn that the role that they're in now, yes, it's not a spouse no more. They did transition to be a caregiver, but love is still there because that person is still a person.
I've got one more question for you. How much dancing goes on outside?
Well, you know what? I can't dance, but I get out there and I do the what's the electric slide. I just now learned how to do electric slide last year.
Well,
So,
there you
good
go.
for you.
Look, if you're not big into dance or you don't dance, not feeling it, line dancing is the way to go.
That's it.
right.
I'm
That's
going to
it.
advocate for line dancing
There
now.
you go.
That's the only way I can do it.
I know you're right.
Mhm. That's
And
right.
if I must say, what Mr. Ladere just said, we give the family members as a team in Caring Days, we give them a peace of mind and let them know that we there for them as well as their loved one also.
That's
Yeah,
right.
yeah,
And
yeah.
you guys, Tracy and Derek, really, you do wonderful, wonderful work. You touch a lot of lives, and we
Well, we
appreciate
try.
it,
We
folks.
try.
Y'all check out Caring Days. Great service, great resource, and to kind of quote Derek, you can still love that person, and you can go to Caring Days and even get a little bit more.
Yeah, y'all throw that phone number out for Caring Days.
One more time. What's your phone number?
I'm sorry, I got caught up on what you just said. 205-752-6840.
So Derek, Tracy, thank y'all for coming to visit.
Thank you for
God
having
God
me.
bless you both for the
Amen.
work you're doing, and y'all check out Caring Days, folks.
Yeah, so tomorrow on the show, we're welcoming back to the studio the Managing Director of Theater Tuscaloosa, Adam Miller, as well as Drew Baker.
That's right.
And I forget her new position at Tuscaloosa Children's Theater.
Creative director, artistic director, or something like that.
Ella.
She's a main person.
We'll get her to tell us again tomorrow when she comes. But guys, don't forget to spay or neuter your furry friends and keep those tails wagging with up-to-date vaccinations. For Johnnie Aycock, I'm Lisa Jones signing off for the Noon Show. But before we go, I'd like to wish everyone